eat cereal.
Watch your eyes.
Be good for eating cereal.
Oh,
You can't.
yeah.
I talked to Austin about that earlier. You can't watch your eyes.
You can't see him?
You can't. You can't watch your eyes.
What if you had two mirrors? One in the front, one in the back.
That might work. All right. Today we got Austin doing the shocks on the race truck. Hello, Austin. We already did the other side to show him, and now we're going to cut them loose on this one. It's not a big deal, but it's, you know, it's something that if you're going to be working on cars, chances are once in a while you're going to be replacing a shock. So we break them in on the race truck. You know, not doing a ton on customer vehicles yet, but he is learning. And now that he's got tools, I'm going to make him use them. Let me move in here.
Cut that loud fan off up here.
Yeah, that one by the door, we should shut that off. All right, he's already done all the front end stuff, the bearings, the brakes, the drop spindles, upper control arm, lower ball joints. Learning quick.
Now we just need to get the shock
Yep.
off. First we need to pop that off.
Yes, and the thing about these shocks is they've been in this truck probably since 2003. So they're pretty much junk. So we got some. We're gonna have Austin put them in. So let's get them started.
Really?
Yep. All right, there's a wire on the top that's for the ABS sensor, but we don't care about ABS, so we're taking it out. We didn't put the speed sensors back in the spindles or anything. I don't need no stinking ABS. We don't need no airbags. We die like real men. Just pop that clip off the top. Matt's big old head's in the way.
Get out of the way.
Alright, and clean it.
And Austin mistakenly called that nut buster yesterday. It's actually bolt buster.
Whatever. I don't remember that.
You know why they call it almond milk?
I've never heard
Because
of that.
nut juice was the wrong thing to call it.
Almond milk.
Yeah. Can't call it nut juice.
This shit's so tangy.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. It's healthy. It's like kale. I don't want any of that. But he's just going to clean the threads with a wire brush, and he sprayed some bolt buster on there, maybe make it easier.
Okay, more.
Yeah, just spray a little bit on there. You good. Main thing is get them dirt out of them threads. I had to break the.
I'll just break them off and cut them. Yeah.
It sucks sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Now this truck is still springs and shocks, where some vehicles are McPherson struts, and you got to do all kinds of goofiness to get them out. Go inside the hood.
I need training. Training.
I think it's just got rust on it. You got to tap it on with a hammer.
We like to give them the wrong size wrenches every once in a while to get them frustrated.
Oh, you didn't get in. What?
Hold that light right
Now these shocks have a nut on the shaft of it that you can get a wrench on to hold it. A lot of shocks you try and take the bolt off the top and it just spins the shock. So there's all kinds of different ways to do it. We choose to do it the right way.
We need to use the 19 one.
What?
Yeah, that's just a mount.
Yeah, you're good. Stick your long extension on there, come from the top. Yeah.
Go in.
Hey, come in from behind that brake line and you'll be right on it.
Coming from behind it. We should have done this side first. Had an easy time doing that other side.
We always do the easy side first.
I'll put your impact on there.
Oh, time for a new battery.
Go ahead.
All right, Matt's on the outside. He's going to hold that shock from turning.
You feel like a model.
What's that?
I feel like a model right now.
You are a
Man on
model.
the ground.
You're a hand model. I can see your hand.
That'll work.
Austin just went to get a bigger impact because we purposely got him low torque one so he wouldn't break a bunch of stuff. Get used to trigger speed and so forth on it.
Hey, man. My battery's dead, too. There you go.
So all our batteries are dead, so we've moved to the by hand method, old school.
Yeah, you want?
Is it easier?
Hmm?
Is it getting easier?
Sort of not. The same.
It's better for you than Wonder Bread. You should make some noises like eh, eh. The cool thing about it is this is probably the only time we'll have to do this truck because we're more than likely going to destroy it. we're gonna hit the wall, and then we'll do a whole whistling diesel video.
Okay, and on off.
Keep going. I was going to rip all the wires out and make it real easy for us to figure out how to get it started again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the nut's been off for about 5 minutes. Matt's just kind of screwing with him.
I want to know that.
Little more. This stuff gets on. It's been on there for a long time. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
I'm gonna end up breaking this.
Don't break anything, Kevin.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I can't see it. It's fine.
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads. So watch the wires. Okay, 11 minutes of footage to get this nut off. I'm going to pause it for a minute. Yeah, that's the noise Austin's elbow makes. You can just rip all them wires out and get them out of your way if you want to.
No.
No. All right, so the top bolt's out. Now we got it's got like a crossbar on the bottom with 2 bolts in it. We'll take them out, and then installation is the reverse of removal. Those come out a little bit easier, huh?
Pry bar's right there next to you. That's it.
Hammer it down.
Hold that pry bar. You just pry it out.
Oh, yeah, I can do it now.
There you go.
There you have it. One more junk shock absorber. Yay! See how long they're leaking? They're just nasty. I mean, we gotta make things right. So we got some Monroe shock absorbers. That's gonna eat the hardware.
Drop the nut.
That's it. Right there by you. On the film, you struggling to get that in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You feel it?
Good. I'm filming. Yeah. A star is born.
Yeah.
So you got to fish the shock up in from the bottom through the lower control arm, through the coil spring, and up through the mountain hole in the top, being careful to make sure that your bottom mounting area on the shock is on the same angle as the control arm, or you're 180 degrees out, which is no big deal. You can still spin it around, but
Good, isn't it?
It's not on it.
You got to line up the 2 studs with the 2 holes.
Yeah, that.
See that? Hey, use the ratchet to tighten that up.
that's another thing. A lot of times on older vehicles, you don't want to use pneumatic or electric tools because you just don't know how tight you're making things.
That's
so
true.
you do it by hand. That's like taking things apart. There's a time to use a 1/4 inch ratchet, and there's a time to use a 1/2 inch ratchet.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen.
wouldn't feel comfortable using that to tighten.
Well, that's
You don't
because
know
we've
when
done
to
it
stop.
before. Right, exactly.
Yeah, if you're new at this, you probably just need to use a ratchet.
Right.
Feel good.
And once he learns how to do this, it won't actually be 4 hours to do a shock absorber. We kid.
Yeah. That's Apprentice. He gotta learn.
Yep.
He put that whole side together himself, though.
Yeah, he did. Did a nice job. Well, when I first brought that Nissan Frontier up to his house, he tore the whole nose off it, cleaned it, and put everything all back together and stuff, and he's doing a good job.
Beats those video games.
Yeah, it beats those video games, true. Pokemon Go. It's just sad.
Waste of your life.
That's right.
Could be working on a hot rod.
That's right.
Even
And then-
if it is a Nissan Frontier.
Then in another year or so, when they enact the RPM Act and everything goes to electric, all these skills we're teaching them aren't going to be worth anything. You're going to need to learn to rewire electric motors.
Yeah. Well, I'll be protesting that.
So will I.
Yeah,
Well, that's because you're a race car driver.
that's right.
So there's that.
Yeah, I forgot that I am a race car driver.
You are. That's Matt. We want you guys to get to know Matt because Matt is like myself about to be locally world famous.
That's right. Can't even go to Publix without everybody knowing me anymore.
Walk into Cracker Barrel and people are just sign this, sign that.
I'm used to people looking at me, but they're wondering if I'm going to steal something or not. Not because I'm popular, famous guy now.
Yep.
You good?
And you got an album coming out too, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you learn how to sing or play an instrument. Yep. It's going to be awesome. We'll probably start a band down here.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'm the lead singer, dude. I'm the front man. I'm David Lee Roth.
My dad could be the Ed Carver.
Nah, he's got to be a bass player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or brass.
He could do brass.
Trumpet.
Yeah. Yeah, because we probably ought to do some stuff like Chicago, Earth, Wind, and Fire, all that kind of stuff, you know. That's where we get our influences from.
What was the band that did the YMCA?
Yeah, no. That's the Village People, dude.
Village People.
Yeah, no.
More like the Village People.
I don't think so.
Are they tight?
Man, it is hotter than the...
How much more I got to go, Austin? Need me to keep going? You got it?
Matt's like, hurry up, boy, I want to turn that fan off. Okay, all kidding aside, shock absorbers, very basic, but also very important. They're your handling, your ride quality, steering, everything. That shock absorber is an integral part of all of that. So we're joking and having fun putting those in, but they're very important, especially when you're doing wheelies for the entire 8th mile. Stuff like when it comes down, you know, nice and smooth and stuff. You don't want to spill your drink.
They're also important when you make left turns.
Left turns, that's right, because again, Matt is a world famous roundy round driver, and I'm going to be the world famous drag racer with the wheel standing F-150. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna actually have to put like skid steer in it because the front wheels are gonna be off the ground so much. It's just crazy. Hydrostatic. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I got well.
Oh, you're talking about the rear brakes like on a rock crawler?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep you off that wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. So,
That's right.
you know, now I could put wheels on it. We'd get it out of here if I had any wheels that fit this truck. With the drop spindles, like I said, I had to order wheels for it. So we got some wheels coming. Then we'll pick out tires, and I'm going to put DOT slicks on the back, and maybe by that time we'll have some time to put it up in the air because I want to check that 4-link that's in the rear, make sure everything's tight and stuff, because it would not appear that the truck had a tremendous amount of maintenance when they were racing it before. So we're probably going to need to fix a couple broken things, and then we'll get into cleaning up the engine compartment and the wiring and taking weight off the truck. There's a lot of stuff in this truck that no longer needs to be there. Heat, AC box, all of that stuff. I take the radio out because I'm not really going to be listening to the radio a lot. You know, with my super helmet on and stuff like that, I won't be able to hear it. So that's it. You don't even need to hear that when you're a consummate professional. You just know.
I think the easiest way to cut some weight will be there.
Wow. That's kind of cold, man.
I see other options.
Yeah, there's other options. I can stay fat. This kid's smart. He knows that you get a 1/10 for every 100 pounds you take off. So if I knock myself down to about 54 pounds, I'll pick up 2/10. Not worth it. Not worth it. So we'll strip some weight out of the truck because I enjoy eating.
Just add a little more horsepower.
That's what I'm going to do. We'll just add horsepower. But see, the kid's kind of smart because he knows the weight makes a difference. So you know, we've already had the discussion about who's fat and who's not. So we're just going to take weight off the truck. This is going to be easier. that's about it. We're going to turn the fence back on now because Matt's getting cranky, I can tell.
And we'll let it drip in water. We can fill up the bottom.
You can't have any water. You can't. It's not lunchtime yet. All right, we're going to have some lunch, and then we're probably going to do something. So we'll be back. Hey YouTube, we got our Juki sewing machine. This was gifted to us brand new by a customer, and we're going to figure out how to do upholstery because the cost of upholstery is prohibitive in the restoration process. It gets very expensive. I told you before, I got a friend of mine that actually does upholstery, so he's going to come in and show us how to use that, and we're going to set it up somewhere, probably in the back room over here, and have a dedicated upholstery area. We can keep everything in-house that way. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but if we're going to do this, we got to do it all. So that's what we're doing. But it's a pretty stout machine. It's heavy. We got it with the table. Pretty awesome. Comes with 0 instructions, so I get to figure out how to put it together. But I think I can do that. But it'll be nice. I'm going to go to Joann's Fabrics and just get a bunch of remnants or whatever of vinyl and cloth and stuff like that, and just sit down here and have a beer and sew. So we'll keep you posted on how that's going, and that's about it.
Good.
What's up, YouTube? We're prepping these components here. I got upper and lower control arm for the 37 and spindles and a caliper bracket. We're gonna get them all scuffed up, ready to paint. Scuff it up real good so that paint will stick to it. I'm gonna prime it and paint it. Bobby's out today. He had a tooth pull. So we're gonna go ahead and get him prepped up and hung up in the paint booth, get him ready for him to paint when he comes back tomorrow. But that's it. I'm the only one in here today other than the man behind the camera. I need a helmet.
We don't have any. Well, that would be.
You see Matt?
No. I think he went outside.
He's outside. Watch your step.
Yeah, I don't know how to walk my step.
It's like when somebody says, watch your eyes. You can't do that. You play baseball, they'll say, heads up.
Yeah.
What? Come here. Really?
Hey, what are y'all doing?
What's going on there, Chase Elliott?
Hey, man, I'm out here trying to practice.
Want me to drag it around with the tow truck?
Yeah. Yeah. We need
Oh, wait, you can't drive it yet.
Watch it. They can't even get out. Look at them all, Bo Duke.
I thought you said it was going to be a problem.
no problem for a skinny guy.
No problem.
But I was born.
Turkle. It's a Toyota Turkle. Yeah. It's a Toyota Turkle.
I'll put USB on
There you go. Harbor Freight race car. Oh yeah, we can. That's right.
What's up? Got me practicing.
Well, here's
So this is the little thing that we've been talking about.
Matt's midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
My uncle says he drives one of these cars too, or used to. He's kind of retired. But I called him to get some race car advice and asked him if he wanted to sell his little race car. And he said, boy, you ain't no race car driver, you're a motorcycle wrecker. I thought it was pretty funny. But I think I passed the bill.
I think so. I mean, we just saw you. You look pretty professional in there.
It's pretty easy to drive.
Yeah, seemed like it.
Yeah. Pretty fast too.
You got a 16 valve Toyota Motors going in here?
That's what's in there right now.
Yeah.
Very high powered.
Yes.
The motor that's going in here is around back. I would show it to you, but it might lower the property value of this place.
Yeah, it's a little dirty. Well, this kind of racing is just 100% amateur professionals. Fun and fighting and
They take it serious.
they do. They take it pretty serious. This is NASCAR on a budget.
That's right.
But you'd be surprised, man. These guys have a ball. You know, they don't really even go that fast, but it sure feels like it.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody hits you.
Put you in the wall.
Yeah.
It's all right. Get back.
But we're getting ready to have some fun. We got 2 race vehicles. We'll take his sometime, take mine sometimes, and go tear it up, see how we do. And if we do good, they'll get lettered. If we do bad, they won't get lettered.
They be turned into whistling diesel style.
Mark's Automotive on the side of them or something.
Shout out to David Sneed. He's the one I got the car from. Good friend of mine. A lot of people out there might know him. I don't know who Ken Binkley is, but
He does signs.
he did the letters on this thing. Shout out to Ken Binkley, I guess.
Is that Binkley Tools?
I thought it was the guy that owned the Piggly Wiggly and he smashed it. I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, this is low dollar racing at its best. It's just, you know, it's on a budget. You don't have to have a ton of money to do it. Hell, you don't have to have any money to do it. Got a couple of spare tires. You just got to be careful when you're changing them for all the other race cars going by.
Austin's gonna be on the pit crew.
That's right.
Slower
car
pit
has-
crew ever.
Full flow through ventilation, which is pretty trick. Apparently has a wasp nest in it
Still
too.
gonna die.
Still gonna die.
Heat exhaustion.
You gonna drive with a cigarette?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Grumpy Jenkins? Always drag race with a cigar?
Yeah. That's me.
Matt's gonna have a L&M 120. Hell, who knows? We may even get some brushes and change the colors.
Some brushes.
That's the beauty of it. It doesn't have to be. It's not what it's all about. It's just fun, just racing. So
Yeah, I would hate to mess up my buddy's fancy paint job he did on this. He's
looks like it needs to be buffed out.
Him and my other buddies said they spent a lot of time on this. I don't want to
Really?
mess it up. Yeah.
They looking for a job?
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell him. Stick to the towing, buddy.
Stick to the towing. But that's it. We're gonna, in all our spare time, work on race cars and go racing. So, I know. Something fun to do on the weekends instead of going to work.
Kind of like work.
It's work. It's advertisement. I'm gonna turn the fans on. Matt's getting cranky.
Yeah. And
You filming my holes again?
what?
You filming all my holes?
No, I didn't.
Shut the fan off.
Oh, you want to talk?
Sure. His hair's all rolled into creeper wheel. Well, we tried unsuccessfully to fit the 18-inch tires to this, and they just about made it. I have ordered 20s, and I'm looking at tires now. Those will fit, but we tried, but it's going to sit on jack stands for a minute. took the sway bar out of it. What did they do that for?
I always told Justin, you don't need a sway bar. He's like, you gotta have a sway bar. It's crucial. I'm like, no, it ain't. But,
Like man.
I am that being crazy.
oh, no, I'm used to it by now.
I need one of those that I put on my truck.
I think we just got bolts left.
What's that?
I think there's only bolts left now.
I think so.
There's a clip right here holding the wire loom on the inside.
What?
You gotta go on the inside and find this and pop it off. Get it?
Here, let me see.
What?
Let me see that. No, the tool. There's nothing there.
Oh, it ain't good.
You know, it's actually.
Said Austin's. Do you got one of those? I'm pretty sure you do. You
No.
know? You need to get
Yeah. These are pretty handy for taking everything out.
everything.
And plus, eat cereal.
Watch your eyes.
It'd be good for eating cereal.
Oh,
You can't. I
yeah.
talked to Austin about that earlier. You can't watch your eyes.
Can't see him.
You can't. You can't watch your eyes.
What if you had two mirrors? One in the front, one in the back.
That might work. No, people are gonna think we're never serious about anything.
That's all right.
But you know what? I am.
Yeah, I know.
See how serious I was? I am. But if you can't have fun, what are you doing it for?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Do
See
the
my
eyes,
face?
man.
Don't this
Go ahead. Give me an eye.
Don't this face look like I'm happy?
Yeah, totally.
Just
Also getting a very nice view up his nose.
Do what?
Also getting a nice view up his nose.
That's kind of weird.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I
Here.
got one more in the back. Oh, and it's the back right. Watch your eyes.
You don't need no stinking splash shields, man.
I ain't got none in my truck.
Yeah.
I left them somewhere.
And this thing's got weight 8 ounces.
Any of my ex-girlfriends out there seen my dang fender wells, allowed to let me know. Left them at your house.
I'm gonna cut some more out of that later when we get all the wires out of this thing.
I mean, it's got a antique small block carburetor and carburetor motor, and
Yeah, I
you
mean,
don't need no wires.
none. My tube needs a toggle switch and a push button. Needs taillights, headlights. That's it.
What's that push button for?
To start it.
Oh, brother, it's nice.
Oh, we'll need that too. Yeah. For the plus wheelie juice. We gotta put wheelie juice in it. A lot. Those wheelies.
I'm sure there's a guy to track in a dune buggy that'll push start you if you need it.
That's cool too. I could do that. Okay.
What are you talking about? Deleting the steering box?
No, the way they got the power steering reservoir up there, like
Oh, okay.
zip
Oh,
tied
I
to a
see
bunch
it
of
now.
crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
You know, we gotta make it considerably less janky.
Yeah, you know, some of that fluid may be coming from there. I'm sure it is. But you see, you got your little
Yeah.
drippity drip right
Yeah.
there. It looks like it's coming from around the top, though.
But we can take the passenger side airbag out. Passenger side airbag, the heat and cooling box.
Passenger side seat.
Disconnect the battery first. You want to do that?
Okay.
Dude, I did a collision job on a G6 one time. Oh, good Lord. Passenger side. Passenger side. As soon as I turned the key on. And that was the one that wasn't bad. I had to replace the driver's side, but the passenger side hadn't blown. I hooked the battery up, and I turned the key on. Bang! I thought somebody in the back seat shot me.
I don't know the condition of that one over there either.
Well, the airbag light's on, so that means they won't work no matter what. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I'm just going to pull it out because they do weigh a little bit.
Because that airbag was like this, and they should work at any given time.
No, it means they don't work.
Oh, they still scare me.
I know, I don't like airbags. Airbags and anti-lock brakes, I am all about not having any of that.
Strut springs.
We're going to have to do some fuel line too because they said you can only have 12 inches of rubber fuel line. And this fuel line comes right up out of the frame rail. So it looks to me as though they use the stock fuel line in the truck. We're going to change that. Once we take the bed off, we want another fuel line.
Yeah, I seen a hose pipe down there too.
Yep. So, I mean, there's just a whole bunch of little rinky-dink stuff that we can do to it to make it more realistic. You know what I mean? More. He's got a lot of stuff on here that was just don't look right, you know, and it's not right. Like all these wires and everything laying over here, that's all gotta be gone somewhere else. The MSD, I put that inside the truck. Because this is the power lead going to the MSD, runs right across the top of the motor.
And you got a bare wire going all the way back to that fuel pump too. Running along the frame, dips out from the frame, goes back up into it.
A bare one?
I mean, it's bare wire. It's not bare to where the copper's showing, but it's just bare wire just running back
Okay,
through
yeah.
there, rubbing everything.
Yeah.
It will be bare before you're done. A couple burnouts, a little vibration.
We can get it all dialed in. And then find out we got to do the motor.
I think it might be a valve riding up there, or
Lift it.
rock arm, or something loose, or something. Maybe snugged up.
We'll find it like the Corvair.
Chasing misfire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it on F-150 for today.
See it? I'll pop that airbag out. Well, not pop it, but pop it out, you know.
It'd probably be easy with the airbox, or you might go in through the glove box. I don't know.
I may stick it underneath your chair in the break room.
That's right. With toggle switch. Pow!
To the roof.
That would be mean.
I wouldn't do that to somebody. It looks like every one of those videos looks like it snaps their back.
Yeah.
It snaps their dang pelvic bone or something. It looks violent, that's for sure.
Yeah. The owner of 37 came in today and gave his approval on what we've done on the front end. We showed him we've got all the front end parts lined up inside the paint booth to get painted. The frame's ready to paint. Come on, I'll show you. These are all the parts for the front end of 37, 38, whatever year it is. We'll get these etch primed and painted, and at the same time go out there and do that frame, and then we'll just let everything cure, and we can slam it together and hopefully be done pretty quick. So, slow day, it's hot. I don't want anybody to stroke out, especially Austin. He's overweight, has a heart condition. Oh no, that's me. Okay, I'm going to have some more water.
All right.